For today's LEGO rant, I'm going to build a LEGO set whilst I rant. 76151. I can't remember what it's called exactly. Anyway, it's got a Venom Tyrannosaurus Rex. I do like dinosaurs very much. It's going to be noisy while I open this up. Probably should do a jump cut. Look what the shit eater's done. I bought this set as a partial set. I've got, I don't really have any great interest in specific I like LEGO minifigures. I've got hundreds of them. But I don't particularly buy sets for minifigures. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, this set's got a special minifigure, so I buy it. So I bought a set of minifigures. They're so much cheaper to buy without minifigures. I do that a lot. Get a cheap, great build. Much cheaper. But look what this cunt's done. Sent the instruction manual. They'd sellotape the bags to the instruction manual and used brown tape across the back of the instruction manual. Now, I don't give a fuck about instruction manuals. It doesn't bother me. I recycle most of them. Just look them up online. Whatever, it's the same. But whatever had wanted it. What a cunt. Mini bonus rant. So today's rant, I said in my initial introduction to what I'm going to do that I wasn't going to hate on popular music, and I'm not. There's no accounting for taste. That's fine. But it is related to popular music. Commercial radio. Now, advertising is just such a force for shit in the world. Very little good comes from advertising. Commercial radio exists only because of advertising. So they're forced to play a great many adverts in order to just pay for their existence. And the justification, the obvious justification for that, is that the contract that we enter into in listening to the commercial radio is that we also listen to the adverts. We pay them by listening to the adverts and possibly buying the products that are advertised. I'm not special by any means, but it's never worked on me. There's never anything that's of any interest to me that's advertised on commercial radio. It seems to be mainly products for idiots. I'm probably going to come across as slightly elitist and classist, but commercial radio and the adverts on it are an excellent example of a phenomenon known as prolefeed. Prolefeed is a concept that was introduced in a book called 1984 about a dystopian future where the state, a massively, overly powerful, dictatorial state, controls the means of, means everything. The means of production and supply, and the vast majority of the population are the proletariat, known as the proles, and they are kept in check by feeding them prole feed. They're kept amused, they're kept occupied, and they're kept from rising up against the oppressive state by being continuously fed prole feed. It's every sort of entertainment you can imagine, but it's real lowest common denominator stuff. It's not in any way intelligent. It's not in any way challenging to the way that most proles think, and thus it can be consumed by everybody. No one will have any problem understanding it, and that's what this commercial radio that is on quite a lot where I work. 3 stations spring to mind. There's a national one. I'm going to name and shame. I don't give a fuck. Heart FM, cunts. There's a couple of regional local stations. Capital FM and Hallam FM. They're all interchangeable. They're just, they've got the same cunts presenting it, the same just shit music, and played over and over again. That's fine, but the music I don't mind so much because popular music's gonna change, and that's fine. I don't care. Some modern popular music's fine, apart from Ed Sheeran. You wailing prick. They go on and on and on. the presenters, about the most inane things. Sometimes I'm listening to these people, I wonder, have they suffered catastrophic brain injury? They're so excited about nothing, and the way they constantly go on about it and G up that nothing. I mean, obviously, the chances of all of the presenters of all of these commercial radio stations having suffered brain injuries is slight. Obviously, they've created a culture that they have to live up to, live down to, of being overexcited about nothing. If they talk excitedly and loudly for long enough, you'll keep listening. You'll keep listening to their piss, shit and drivel, really. That's all it is. Am I coming across as elitist? I want to believe that's not it. I want to believe that I'm not just some snobbish intellectual who is hating on what the masses enjoy. But I mean, there must be a mass of people that enjoy this. There has to be, because it must be commercially successful for it to keep existing. I don't think I'm particularly unique for pointing this out, for noticing this. I'm sure plenty of others detest commercial radio. What's troubling for me is that for it to exist, I suppose most people at work just don't seem to be annoyed by it. In fact, sometimes some of the cunts actually turn it up really loud, and then they're not bothered when the adverts come on and they're really loud. This is one of those situations where I just wonder, how am I not able to cope with that? Whereas normal people don't seem to have any trouble coping with that at all. I'll have another rant about advertising in general another time. I think that deserves a special mention. The adverts on these commercial radio stations, obviously, they have to be for popular things. God, I love T-Rexes. This is going to be good. I'm one person. I'm not special, so they're not targeting me. Obviously, they're targeting as many people as possible. I think what depresses me is that what they advertise is shit, and the fact that what they're advertising is popular depresses me. There are a lot of adverts for the car-related things, encouraging you to come here and save £2,000 on a part exchange new car, whatever. We've got loads of cars. We've got this car and this car that looks like this, but all these many metal boxes with windows and a wheel on each corner. How do you tell them apart? They're different colours. They all go vroom. Come and get some new tyres. They talk excitedly about fucking tyres. The fact that there's an economy that is sufficiently large that it can afford advertising just for fucking tyres. This is a lovely bill, by the way. One of the reasons I'm doing this is that I can rant whilst doing something pleasurable. Now, it's either going to make me feel better because I'm doing something nice whilst talking about something I don't like, or it could make me hate what I'm doing. Kill or cure, we'll see. It's sub-bill time. So I fucking despise the adverts because they're just advertising shit that I think society would be better without. I hate the presenters because they fucking prattle on about nothing excitedly, and they sound like they need medical attention. And I hate the fact that it's popular and no one seems to notice that it's just shit. People are willing to put up with noisy cunts shouting about nothing, interspersed with other noisy cunts shouting about nothing, often followed by people spouting out a stream of terms and conditions very quickly. And no one questions this. No one thinks, this is shit. It continues. It's been going on for decades. No one thinks there's a problem there. People are willing to pay the price of listening to these cunts twitter on in the background just so they can listen to the music, which probably takes up less than half of the airtime. They play a song, adverts, some twat talks for a bit, adverts, song, adverts, twat talks for a bit, adverts, twat, adverts, song adverts. I didn't count that, but I reckon less than half of it was song. Not going to hate on popular music, but sometimes the word song is generous. The word music is generous. That's what's got to me. I haven't finished the Lego build. Have I finished my rant? Should I keep going until I finish the build? Well, I know what I missed from that was the travel. What I mean by travel is just traffic. The people that have gone out and saved £2,000 on buying a car, have bought new tyres for it, are now stuck in a traffic jam somewhere. And other people who've done the same need to know to avoid that area full of traffic. Wherever you go, you're just going to get stuck in traffic anyway. No matter how much you vroom your little car or your overly large car, you fucking selfish cunts. Doesn't matter what you do, you're still going to get stuck in fucking traffic, you cunts. What a waste of time. What a waste of life. In conclusion, there's no conclusion. Points that have been raised, I'd like to talk about in future. Advertising in general, cars, car culture, conspicuous consumption, cunts. I'll definitely think of some more things. If you've made it this far, thank you.